Whoa, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Davo from Archon Esports, bringing you the last game in our best of three between Grubby and QxGDestiny. Awesome. So, spawning in the top of the map is our blue Protoss player, who is Grubby, and in the right of the map here is Destiny. Excellent. I'm just going to quickly say that both these players need to be absolutely applauded because they've given me what I would consider to be one of my favourite kind of viewing and casting experiences so far. Like, the amount of strategies, like different kind of strategies we have seen in this best of three, I really like. If it's Destiny's pincer movements on that Shattered Temple, or if it's Grubby getting a mothership on Tal'Darim Malta, either way, awesome players, both of them, and I really have enjoyed casting this. This is the kind of game that I just feel makes it worthwhile to cast these things, and the fact that I find it really fun to do anyway is really enjoyable. So that's good times. Now we have quite a lot of drones coming off the line from Destiny here to try and take care of Grubby's notoriously annoying probe. In the last game, it was pretty evident how annoying Grubby can actually be with his probe, because he stopped Destiny from getting his expansion with use of building a cybernetics core in his natural, which is very nice. Obviously allowing Grubby to get more breathing room, seeing as he wasn't doing an early expand or anything like that. Now on this map it does look like we are going to see another kind of early-ish expand from Grubby. Primarily because we do have the pylon on the low ground here. Now both players know exactly where each other are, which is very useful, of course, because if you don't know where your opponent is, how are you going to track him down and kill him? Who knows? Excellent. But hey, Destiny hasn't actually been harassed at all this game yet, particularly. Unless you count the probe running around and kind of annoying people. So it does look like his natural is going to be down on time and everything will be fine, and that is mostly due to the fact that I don't think Grubby wants to be so annoying, as he does actually have an expansion on the way and it is building right now. Excellent. Expansion only fueled by one pylon at the moment, and it is worthwhile to say that if there was any really cheesy play from Destiny at the moment and he was to take that pylon out before the photon cannon went down, that could mean really bad things for Grubby indeed. He'd definitely have to pull quite a lot of probes off his line in order to take care of it. But hey, we haven't seen any sort of cheesy plays like that. All of these games, or at least most of them, have gone nicely into the mid game, if not the long game. And yeah, as I say, it's been a really enjoyable viewing experience. And I've got to say, if you haven't watched the other two games, try and pay no attention to everything I'm saying, because I'm finding it very easy to gush about them, and it will only ruin the epicness of those games for you. And they are epic. They're really good. I really enjoyed them. Okie poke. Awesome. So we do have a Zergling here, just sat outside, kind of having a look at what's going on, apart from he's not having a look because he is in fact facing away from everything that is going on. Unfortunately, and there are the notorious barrels down there, which in most video games will explode and kill everything around them, but not in StarCraft 2. They are just known as doodads. This Zealot opting to lock himself out of his base and then go for a quick trip across the road to his mate Destiny's house, just to see what's going on, to see exactly what exactly is going on, like for instance if Destiny has an expansion, which of course, because we have the eye in the sky angle, we know that he does, but if he didn't, it would indicate some things about Destiny's play. So the Zealot instead here is going to look nice and epic, and is he going to see that there is another expansion on the way? Yes, he is. Just from standing there, he has worked out there is another expansion on the way from Destiny now. And he is actually just going to run in here and do a little bit of damage on these probes, and actually try and kill some probes, but unfortunately it didn't work out too well for him, and he disappears in a puff of smoke, never to be seen again. Poor guy. Now we do have something pretty interesting here. We do have a Phoenix on the way for Grubby, which is interesting. Sorry, I just hit my microphone. I made quite a loud noise. It's quite interesting for Grubby, because in the last game we've actually seen hallucinated Phoenix going about. So this time he's going, you know what? I'm done with my hallucinations. I'm going to go and take on some real overlords with my real phoenixes. Awesome, no more pretending. So we do have Void Ray on the way as well. We do have 2 Void Rays on the way. Here's double producing Void Rays, and obviously the Void Rays are an amazing aggression unit. They really are good, and I tell you what, the Void Ray and Phoenix kind of combo is actually pretty deadly as well. Void Rays themselves are horrendous to deal with in large numbers. I mean, even really adept kind of anti-air units like Marines or Hydralisks can suffer at the hand of Void Rays terribly, just so long as the Void Rays are in large numbers, or even better yet, charged up. But nevertheless, it does look like Destiny has seen this, obviously, because the Phoenix is attacking, was attacking an Overlord. I've got to say, I find this kind of placement strange, but maybe Destiny's going to put down another hatchery there when the debris is gone. But he has seen it, so he is putting down many Spore Crawlers now, which is a very good idea, because Void Rays obviously do well, quite a lot of damage fairly rapidly. And we do have a kind of a flotilla. Good word. A flotilla of Protoss air units here, heading into what seems to be Destiny's main. Yeah, they're heading into Destiny's main right now. Just taking out the Overlords, being a general kind of nuisance. Being kind of careful to shoot down that anti-air before it actually even happens. And taking the Queen up for a ride in her little energy ball. She is dead, unfortunately. They need to be very careful that these Spore Crawlers don't finish, or at least some of them don't finish anyway. The Spire was just taken down for Destiny as well. Now this is really bad news for Destiny here. Having 2 charged Void Rays in your base as a Zerg player is never a good thing, but it does look like his 1 armor should finish before the Void Rays manage to take it down. It has just finished in the nick of time, as it were. But unfortunately this situation is a bit perilous for Destiny. He does need to take down this Spine Crawler here that is just burrowed right in front of the Void Rays though, because otherwise he will sustain quite heavy losses. This Queen is going down as well. Both of the Queens are going down. But there is actually a Spore Crawler shooting at Grubby's air units here as well, which he does need to actually avoid really quickly, or urgently even, seeing as he's just lost 2 Phoenix very quickly too. He really needs to kind of do something about that Spore Crawler, but I think his Void Rays, having no shields and being on really low HP, aren't even going to try that. He does have a Void Ray kind of sitting over here. Well, he hasn't forgotten about it, that's for sure. And Destiny's long-term project of taking down these rocks is beginning to look like it will swing into fruition properly now. And we do have what appears to be some sort of lockup here where the drones can't get past these roaches, and if Destiny's not careful, this could turn into a fairly large drone massacre. Fortunately for Destiny, I'm not sure Grubby actually saw that all too quickly. We do have changelings here going into Grubby's base, trying to basically see what's happening or going on. I'm not sure if Grubby's actually noticed them yet, but I mean, what Destiny will see at the moment is that there's some Stargates, and there's Void Rays and Phoenixes attacking the back of his base. And yes, we do have another hatchery going down there after the rocks have been cleared, so it all makes a little bit more sense. Now, we do have quite a large mass move out with Zealots, which is a move that Destiny might not be expecting. Destiny also has been harassed a hell of a lot in this game so far. So it's worthy to note that his supply is only 95, and with the death of some of these Overlords, that supply could actually get even lower pretty quickly. Now these Zealots do look like they'll be going after the Spore Crawler pretty quickly in order to take that out, and it does look like more of these Overlords are going to go down pretty quickly, but unfortunately that wasn't quite enough, or at least Grubby didn't think that was quite enough to kind of go in on fully there, and I definitely agree. This Void Ray is very low on HP indeed. And this small detachment of zealots here is just going to have a bit of more of a poke around, maybe grab a Zelnaga watchtower, but these Void Rays need to be very, very careful. Ooh, very nice. Okay, and we do have Corruptors here, which are... They're a very, very good Zerg anti-air unit. In fact, they're really good. Quite a lot of races don't have a unit that's as good as Corruptors for anti-air purposes. I mean, Vikings are pretty good. Mainly because of their range. I mean, their range is so huge. You can actually just kite battlecruisers forever with Vikings and essentially win the game that way if you so like, or your opponent indeed doesn't have any Vikings of his own to counter yours, or Stim Marines, anything like that. So it does look like Grubby is going to continue being more sort of aggressive here. And it also looks like they're probably going to pick off this Assimilator, and if they're not if Destiny's not careful, they will pick off the Queen as well. But they do need to be very careful about these Mutalisks that have just moved in here as well, because the Void Rays will get taken down very quickly with the Corruptors and Mutalist force here. But luckily they have gone now. And we do have a small move out of Roaches, probably coming around, having a bit of a scout out the pylons and stuff like that. Yeah, that's exactly what they are doing. I'm not entirely sure they'll actually find what they are looking for, as it were. Now, Destiny is actually going to be putting down some gas. Whether or not he's going to put down a hatchery it's a different matter. But I suppose they are, because I mean that's a hell of a trek for long distance mining. It really is. And here we have Destiny taking out that proxy pylon, but we do have a really, really large and powerful army moving out for Grubby at the moment, which could spell curtains for Destiny. This is a really powerful army stage of the game. Also, we do have Archons built into the army as well, and we do have a lot of Spine Crawlers coming down now, but I'm not sure if it will be enough. It might be a little bit too little, too late, seeing as these Archons are so good against air units. And mostly that is actually what Destiny has, because he's after countering his opponent's air aggression. Now, as soon as these Archons get hold of these Overlords, that can mean immediately bad things for Destiny's economy here, and it definitely looks like this game is swinging into Grubby's favour very, very quickly indeed. Though we have those wonderful creative force fields there blocking off the Roach path, meaning that they can't actually be any more aggressive. They're just stuck behind that wall. Now this is looking very, very, very bad indeed for Destiny at the moment. All it will take for the Archons is to get a couple more hits on those Overlords, and that will be really, 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 really bad news for Destiny indeed. There is the good game and well played from Destiny, and Grubby takes the best of 3. Excellent. I really enjoyed this whole best of 3. It was wonderful, awesome. I mean, the first game we had the Mothership, which was kind of unexpected. Wow, that Archon looks awesome. Cool. Yeah. And then in the second game we had the amazing kind of pincer movements that Destiny was pulling off, and then in this last game we finally had some really nice air aggression from Grubby, which ended up winning him the game, because I almost feel like when he moved out, his opponent may have been a little bit surprised to see a ground army of that caliber, but of course at the end of the game Grubby was on a 3 base, so naturally he was able to get an army of that size quite readily. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe if you so wish to. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed casting it, and I hope I'll see you guys next time and enjoy playing StarCraft. Goodbye.